I want to welcome everybody to this episode number 32 of the Geek Salad podcast. Today, the Geeky Brothers Winchester are joined by Vaughn and Will. We're talking Marvel Phase 4, Jupiter Legacy, and of course, Invincible as always. Stay tuned.
La 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 la.
That's right,
G,
y'all.
what's first on the list, bro?
All right, y'all. So earlier this week, Marvel released a trailer for what new is coming out for Phase 4. A lot of stuff was being shown and previewed, and there were some things left out. So we know that next month, Loki is going to come out, the actual show on Disney Plus. So real quick, just want to get everybody's roundtable thoughts about Loki. Do you think you might pass it? You might watch it? Do you think it's going to set up something bigger going forward?
It's definitely gonna set up something going forward. I will go ahead and say, just to sum it up, Marvel has yet to put out a bad product. They have yet to put out a bad product, whether it's movies, television shows, especially Loki, because again, a lot of people don't know Loki still does have his own comic book. At the same time, the story with him and the TDI is going to be interesting because it's going to lead into, and this is just a guess, and I'm throwing this out here, that something that wasn't mentioned already, I think it'll lead to Nova.
Nova, the dude with the helmet flying around with other. Okay.
Yeah, because technically, for all those, for of course, way back in Volume 2, of course, the Nova Prime was still around. However, after Thanos snapped it all and it just got reversed, so that means Nova Prime still has to be around, which eventually will lead to where Loki does have a run-in with Nova, which I think is how they're going to bring him into the MCU. But overall, I'm looking forward to it just because Tom Hiddleston has done a knockout job as Loki, so it's going to be a great story.
Everything that Will said, except for like all the comic book knowledge, which I don't have. They had me at television show with Loki in it. Like from the first announcement, I'm even happier that they moved it up because it makes me okay. I just got my Disney Plus back for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now I have a reason to keep this joint because in next month, we're gonna be able to watch that joint. So I'm all for it. And of course, like with Marvel, if it's in the MCU, you already know it's just another piece of the puzzle of what's coming up next. And I just want to see what they reveal. And like I listen to a lot of podcasts that deep dive on it, like Double Toasted. I love hearing their takes and what they're gonna say and what people in the communities they'll like, oh snap, I bet you this is gonna happen. I bet you this is gonna happen. And when they're wrong, it's funny as hell. But I'm for it, man.
Okay.
For real.
All right.
It's fine. I didn't mean to cut you off, G, but that's funny because we're actually gonna have a segment on the show where we talk about times when we were wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you said that. Good segue into that joint. But
I'm saying I throw the ball. I wasn't that good at sports, but I can throw an alley-oop somewhere.
There we go. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's like, of course, I think everybody is in agreement that we're gonna watch it. I'm just trying to figure out like what's gonna be the next big thing for Marvel, right? Like the shows, the movies later on. Something's gonna have to lead up to like a big event, almost to the level of Endgame, right? It's going to be Kang the Conqueror. Is it going to be a whole different universe? It's going to be X-Men and the mutants. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much shit that we don't know. I'm happy to be along for the ride, but me being selfish, I'm like, man, just tell me right now, like, what do we got to see coming out?
It's like seeing
5 years from now.
It's like seeing your presents in the living room and knowing Christmas is like 2 weeks away. You're like, can I just open one now?
Yeah.
God, I wish I had X-ray vision.
Yeah, give me one. Give me one nugget. You know what I'm saying? Give me one.
We
thing.
ain't white. You don't get to open nothing early. We ain't white.
Hey.
You gonna wait the Christmas morning?
Yeah,
Mom.
don't you touch one of them gifts, boy. Put that shit down. I know what you doing.
Don't shake it. Put it down. Don't shake it.
Side note, I'll never forget when PlayStation first came out. I was like in elementary or middle school or whatever, and my mom got me one, and she tried to hide that joint in her closet. I don't know why she hid it there. I was too clever for that. As soon as she went to work, I got that joint out, and I was playing NFL game day like the whole day, bro.
Hey.
The whole day. It was like 2 weeks before Christmas, and I heard and snuck it back in the closet and shit.
That's how you do it, man.
But look, check this out. Check this out, though. So look, Spider-Man Academy, Doctor Strange, new Doctor Strange.
Oh, hold on, Chris. Hold on, Chris.
Go ahead.
Let me go ahead and share my screen with y'all, just so we
do
can
that.
be, you know, so we can all enjoy together what's coming out.
Technology.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey there, true believers.
all right, y'all ready? Y'all see my screen?
Oh, you're good.
Sure, I can see it.
All right, so we got Black Widow coming out on July 9th. It's going to be in the theaters and on Disney Premiere, where you gotta pay like $30 to see it. What do you think about Black Widow?
Would it be in
I'm ready for it, man.
Would it be in a prequel? I'm really curious on like what is it's got to for it to be a prequel story for a person. You know, if you don't know, she's passed as far as the present goes, but like, why are you releasing this now? What are you about to tell us or show us? Like, that's what I'm on. Like, I'm like what we just talked about. Hurry up and just tell me now, then.
Yeah. I mean, but like you were saying before, Vaughn, like this is gonna be more like a spy thriller type of movie, which is dope because you know Marvel is big on capes and Captain America and powers, but I think this is gonna be more action type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, Chris,
there's gonna be a fight in the hallway somewhere.
Always.
Oh, there's gonna be a fight. Hallway fight.
Yo, bro, shoot, I'm ready for it, man. Like this joint, I've never seen a big budget movie like this get pushed back so many times. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, we all know why. It's COVID, but I was like, yo, this joint was supposed to drop this time like last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now it's still being pushed out. Hopefully, you know, stuff, you know, slowly gets back to normal, like it looks like it's doing now. But I'm looking forward to, man. I mean, come on, Scarlett Johansson, like. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to go wrong with ScarJo, but I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, you're right. I'm with you guys on that one too. With Black Widow coming out, I said it best. Disney wants them coins because they tried their hardest to push back this movie, thinking that we'll be back in theaters, which we will be. Looks like, of course, like you said, we will be back sometime. Although I'm just going to watch the movie theaters. I'm not paying $30 to go watch something because I have Disney Plus, and just like every other movie they try to premiere on, it's just going to be available in about 2 weeks anyway. When they realize nobody wants to pay $30 to watch it once,
right?
But the story itself, like you guys said, it is a prequel. We are going to wind up seeing Taskmaster, Red Guardian. We're probably going to see. I was going to guess Silver Spider, but I'm not really sure about that. But not a lot's going to be taken from this prequel unless it's going to, you know, just wrap up Black Widow's story, because as we know that her being literally being the Soul Stone, unless they're going to try to find a way to kind of tell that story, which kind of would undo Endgame, but I think they're going to just leave it with the fact just keeping her dead. But like Vaughn had pointed out, this is one of those movies that Marvel kind of takes I won't say a dice roll, but it really is a dice roll, because again, if you really look at all the Avengers that we've seen so far, I mean, the only three Avengers that really don't have standalone movies, Hawkeye, Black Widow, and the Hulk, even though the Edward Norton apparently is canon now. We can't use that one.
Right.
And we're certainly not going to use the Eric Bana one because that was trash.
That was terrible.
It was a sleep fest.
Yeah.
Yes,
but I mean, that was a terrible Hulk. It's the simple fact you had Thunderbolt Ross and you had all this. I mean, even the Edward Norton movie was at least enjoyable with Abomination. But yeah, with Black Widow coming out, I'm definitely looking forward to it, just to see Taskmaster fight. That's the main.
Hey, real quick. Even though I am not paying $30, if I were to pay $30, Disney Plus, this is the movie that you charge that on. Like I would, but I'm not. So, I'm just saying.
All right.
If I were, I would.
Yeah.
But I can't, so I ain't.
All right. All right, yeah, we got another one coming up. Next one is going to be Shang-Chi, and I think the Legend of the Nine Rings. So I think this is, the same trailer we've seen last month. This is coming out on September 3rd. So what are y'all thoughts?
It look alright. You know what I'm saying? I can't front, man. Listen, my expectations are not super duper high. The only reason they're kind of up is because it's a Marvel joint, and I know that they don't really miss. You know what I'm saying? They hit home runs. They do dunks. They don't really miss that often.
Mhm.
But yo, I've been hurt before with Marvel kung fu movies with Iron Fist, bro. Like
This
Iron
is
Fist was so
oh
astronomically garbage, bro. Like when I say like plain mayonnaise or vanilla white bread, like I'm not even talking about the dude race per se, but it was just so plain,
It was
bro. Like,
basic.
and
Yeah.
then coming off of Luke Cage being so dope and having soul, and you know what I'm saying, and the villain is dope. He got swag, and then watching Iron Fist, I'm like, yo, what is going on? So I don't know.
David
Shang
Eaton
Chi.
Karate Studios.
Uh, listen, Shang-Chi, if I had to put money on it, I would say it's gonna be dope. But I'm trying to figure out like what they're gonna do to make it like really dope as a Marvel movie.
I'm sorry. It's just the fact that you brought up Iron Fist. I was like,
mm,
not David Eaton Karate Studios, because
I am the immortal Iron Fist. That nigga said
bro.
that shit like 10 times every episode, bro.
right.
Like
Am I
he
the
was
only
trying.
one that am I the
Uh,
only one that felt like this was their take? Because I swear I felt like I was watching a low budget version of the Arrow. That's what I
yeah,
felt
that's
like
Yeah.
Okay.
watching this.
Okay.
It's just terrible. I'm gonna be like, I'm like Chris, man. I wasn't too, even watching the trailer now, like I see it, but I'm just hold my tongue until I watch it.
Mhm.
But then again, I felt the same way about Guardians of the Galaxy. I felt the same way about the first Iron Man. Like, who the hell is Iron? Give a damn about Iron Man, and so Marvel kind of has a way of doing that for me. Like, hey, you don't think I'm going? Yeah. So let's see.
Okay. Okay. Will.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it because uh it's one of those, like I said, it's one of those stories. Again, this is a dice roll. Not a lot of people know about Shang-Chi and Legend of Ten Rings, because if you think the Ten Rings, you're thinking the Mandarin, which was, of course, Iron Man's greatest enemy. Which,
I was thinking about Sonic.
this
I
guy.
mean, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. But no, it's like with the Mandarin, which we saw in 3, which turned out to be a fake actor, which I didn't really like Iron Man 3 for that reason.
Mm.
Um,
Hold on,
but
my
hopefully,
bad. Real quick. Segue. That to me, that was the only dope part I like about the entire movie was that flip.
yeah,
I hated Iron Man 3, but when he was fake, it was comical. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
movie is trash though, but I like that twist. But my bad. Go ahead.
I
no,
liked
no.
it. Yeah, I like the twist too.
I
I
liked
mean,
Iron Man 3.
I
The
think,
only reason why is because to me it answered that question that Captain America asked, like, what you gonna if you don't have your suit, what you gonna do? Watch me. I'm still a bad motherfucker without it. Excuse me if I went too far with the cursing, but
Nah, you
no, but I
good.
mean, I agree with that to a point. It's like when I was, because I'm an Iron Man fan, so it's like the fact of the Mandarin. It's like, oh, so we're gonna tell that story.
mm,
And I get the twist, a British actor playing a role, and then at the end of it all, wasn't really the Mandarin, which, of course, I'm assuming in Shang-Chi, we're probably going to see it. But the fight choreography, I don't know if they contacted Donnie Yen, Sammo Hung, Jet Li, uh, Tony Jaa, Roz from Raid from Redemption. I don't know who the fight choreographer is, but I am sold so far on what they're showing. Um, but yeah, this is gonna be one of those dice rolls that, again, not a lot of people are gonna know about. But if I'll put it this way, if you're a fan of those movies like martial arts movies like Kill Switch, Ong Bak, The Raid, I'm trying to think of all of them. Old Boy, Ip Man, uh, Grandmaster Z, fight choreography like that.
Right.
You're gonna recognize this as Shang-Chi. That's why I'm like, I'm for it, just because, again, Marvel, as far as from an MCU standpoint, has yet to have a bad movie.
You know what? You
Well,
got a
yeah,
point there.
I can't call none of them bad, but it was someone's like earlier on that was just like, like
Thor.
the first
I,
Thor, it was alright. You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
put it this way: for every Marvel's okay and all right movie was DC's best movie.
Mm.
Come on, man. You can't
Yo,
put that the Dark
I
Knight.
gotta, yeah,
Dark.
Yeah.
you gotta include the Dark Knight trilogy. I actually agree with you though, because DC has been like subpar in a lot of things though. But you know
Mhm.
what? Part of the reason DC sucks is because Marvel is so good. Because think about it, like with the Phase Four
Wow.
announcement,
Um,
bro, they about to come out with like 10, 12 movies that's about to just smash everything superhero related, right?
Yeah.
okay.
DC, because they were so late to it and they messed up with Superman back in
Man of
the
Steel.
'06. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And they kind of messed up. They don't got the time to build this lush world the way Marvel has been building for 10, 15, almost 15 years. You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I
So
I
they
got to disagree with that.
hold on. Okay, look, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But
I'm sorry.
look,
Go ahead.
so it's like I think they're trying to rush it before the superhero bubble bursts and make as much money as possible. I think if you had people at DC that just made great movies for the fans, I think you would see them being a lot closer to where Marvel is at. But I don't think they're looking at it like that. I think they're looking at it like, look, Marvel put out an Avengers. We need to put out Justice League. But Marvel
Mm-hmm.
got to build up to Avengers over like what, 4 or
10
5
years.
years? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Before the first Avengers. DC ain't been able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's more a money grab and trying to keep up with how great Marvel is doing, and DC is just failing at it.
It's like the fans want them to make great movies, and Warner Bros. Like, look here, baby. I don't care about none of that shit. You're gonna have to get back on the corner and get my monies. It's
But that,
just it's all greed. And when you coming from that, is you gonna have a bunch of movies that they make a lot, but they're quality wise, they're just very subpar. You could at least I was joking earlier about the CW, but no, real talk, like you have a template with the animated films. Like there was no reason that you couldn't have looked at the Suicide Squad animated movie and go,
but that,
well, yeah,
but that,
let's just make this.
but that's the thing though. To go back to what G said, but I have to disagree because I said this. I know Vaughn. I know. Just treat the next 10 minutes because he's heard me say this multiple times. That when Infinity War and Endgame came out, and had that year gap between the two movies, that should have been DC's start point to build their cinematic universe, especially after Endgame. Only reason I say that is because the time it took Marvel 10 years to get up to telling the Infinity War saga.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't expect DC to spend the next 10 years to tell the Justice League saga. I would have rather had them do the Justice League saga once their core movies have been established. And I'm not talking Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. You know that whole thing. Remember the promo a long time ago, Unite the Seven, when they talked about the seven.
Yeah, I remember that.
I hated it. I hated it because now you set a precedent. You set a precedent that now these seven heroes have to have at least 2 or 3 established movies before we can get to a team up. That's where DC messed up. DC messed up instead of saying like like um like we talked about a little bit earlier, they could have left breadcrumbs for every other movie in each movie,
Mhm.
so that way it's all connected.
Yeah.
That's where Marvel succeeded. Marvel succeeded that whole thing of it's all connected. Wasn't just a fancy storyline in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it was literally the MCU as a whole. DC post Endgame could have done the same doggone thing and been a lot farther along than the trash fire they are now.
Yeah.
Let
It's
me let me let me just play
Only
devil.
thing.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just gonna say the only thing I feel DC can just do right now is just keep making standalones. Don't even just forget it. You're not gonna be able to do an MC. Like you're not gonna do that. Yeah, when Shazam and then Wonder Woman came out, it's like
But you can.
they were great standalone movies, man.
Mm.
I don't just don't even try.
But that's the thing.
You're failing.
But that's the market. Here's the thing though. The market for cinematic universes have to rely on continuity and connectivity. Standalone movies are only going to be good for potential cash grabs, but that's it. If you're trying to establish yourself as saying we want to make more superhero movies in the future, then you have to have it all line up. I mean, don't get me wrong, Shazam, I love that movie. Aquaman, loved it. Wonder Woman, loved the first one. Wonder Woman 84,
we don't like Pakistani Trump. I didn't like that guy, man. I hated him.
I mean, don't get me wrong about.
We don't speak of that movie.
I mean, don't get me wrong about Wonder Woman 84. It should have been an hour and a half movie that was 3 hours too long. Nearly 3 hours too long. I mean, the whole point that the cringy scene about the Keystone and simple fact of the matter, you're telling me that the Keystone can create nuclear warheads out of nowhere, but I've got to take over somebody else's body to bring my dead boyfriend back?
Yeah, that was all over the place, man.
That was cringy. That was cringy at best.
Right. Talking about all I see is you, Trevor. I don't see the other guy. Bitch. This man might have a family.
That's what I'm saying. What about this man's whole life that got taken over? You know what I'm saying?
He go back home,
family, a 401k. Like, forget him. I'm in love.
Back home to his wife. Why do I smell another woman's perfume on you? Like, baby, I don't even know where I've been for the past month. Like, can we talk about that?
Could you imagine that discussion? Baby, my body was taken over. Oh,
right.
You must see Jesus.
Listen, I was smashing Wonder Woman. Look, I was smashing a superhero chick for the past month, but I didn't enjoy none of it. I only love you. I'm here for you, baby.
Don't believe me or your lying eyes.
Exactly, right? Yo, what was that on, man?
That was Eddie Murphy. Wrong.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy.
No. Richard Pryor. That was Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
Oh, that was live on the Sunset.
I think it's Sunset Strip. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God,
my brother, you're Richard Pryor. That's what's up.
Yes, sir, man. He's the GOAT, man.
All right, for sure, definitely.
Okay. All right. So what's next, y'all? So next is going to be The Eternals. Not really much is known about this movie except for those of us that know about the comics. But this is coming out November 5th, which is the day after my birthday this year. So.
Scorpio, my brother. Yeah, November 16th.
There we go. All right, so what are your thoughts about The Eternals? Again, we don't have an official trailer, just a little teaser about it. That's it. So what y'all think?
I know nothing of it. I need to see more. That's all I'll say.
All right.
I'm worried because Angelina Jolie's in the movie.
Hey, bro, I can watch them lips. I can watch them lips, man.
Yo, she do got some terrible lips now. I am on front. Them yeah.
I'm sorry, Angelina Jolie has ruined Tomb Raider for me, and that's what makes me worry.
I'm still salty. I'm still salty. They didn't do another Salt. Did you see the movie Salt?
Salt was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They left it open to do a second one and never did it. And I was just like, word.
Wasn't that the same thing with Wanted?
Yeah.
It was similar to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think James McAvoy was about to start doing X-Men at the time. No, I'm sorry, X-Men First Class. I think that's what stopped it. Because he was about to start filming X-Men First Class right at the time they were thinking about doing a sequel, and then it just never took off.
He should have did Wanted 2.
Wanted 2 would be dope. As far as the Eternals, man, I can't front, man. Like the comic books, I'm a big comic book head. I don't read as much as I used to, but coming up, I used to read all the time. I was never big on the Eternals and the comic books. I know they have something, like it's a tie-in with like what's the dude name? The big grimace looking motherfucker. Thanos, yeah, like isn't he like from their race or something? Or
yeah,
something
he's actually the son of one of them. But he was cast out because he was seen as imperfect.
Yeah.
You see, yeah. And I remember last year they made a big deal about I think two of the characters. One of them is by Michael Henry Lee, the
Yeah.
Doughboy, or not Doughboy, but the dude from ATL. What's his rap name?
Brian
Postman.
Michael Henry.
Boy,
Yeah, then
Brian,
yeah, Paperboy. That's it, right?
Brian Tyree Henry, something like that.
Yeah, but like they made a big deal about like the first gay superhero couple in the movie. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, okay, like that's cool, but like let me see the movie. And then Kevin Feige was like, oh yeah, this movie is going to win an Oscar. I'm like, all right, now that's pretty big high praise right there for a movie that none of us has seen so far. But but like Vaughn, I don't know much about the Internals, so I need to see more.
Hey, he was not the first gay superhero. You got the ambiguously gay duo. Yeah, they were the first ones, man.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, I remember
Give them
that.
their props.
Yeah, you taking it back.
Taking it back, man.
I just showed my age. I'm cool.
Hey. Oh, all right. So what's next, y'all? All right. So now we get into the actual movies that are, I think, being planned out for like a year or 2 or 3 in advance. So here we go. First one. After what the future brings will be worth the wait. Spider-Man, No Way Home, December 17th this year. What y'all think?
I'm with
forward
it.
to it.
Looking forward to it, man.
Where do y'all think they're going to take it in this one?
Well, I think in this case, because he's already been outed by Mysterio, which is going to either bring in, I'm trying to think of the guy's name, because at this point, I think it's going to be the introduction of the Sinister Six. I think, because almost everybody, because we already know that Alfred Molina has signed on to be in No Way Home. So we know Doc Octopus is going to make an appearance somewhere. We know that Rhino is still going to make an appearance. Michael Keaton is going to be making his appearance as Vulture. We're probably going to see old boy who was playing Shocker in Homecoming. So we already know 4 of the 6 are going to be in this movie, which lets me know that, okay, are we about to see the return of the Sinister Six? And if so, that means that eventually Kingpin and Scorpion are going to have to be shown somewhere down the line. But I'm just curious to see where they go to it from here, just because at first we thought No Way Home, it's like, oh, we're going to see all the Spider-Mans, everybody else, and nope, we're not going to see any of that, which I'm kind of glad about. Because don't get me wrong, Tobey Maguire was the worst Spider-Man ever. Andrew Garfield actually liked his Spider-Man. But Tom Holland, just because they're going with a younger Spider-Man, a younger Peter Parker, it has worked. So I like the fact of, still him trying to get used to his powers, still him trying to finally trusting his spider sense, which I thought was interesting in the last movie, the Peter Tingle. But
the Peter Tingle.
The Peter Tingle, which is still funny as all get out. But no, I'm looking forward to it just because I think Spider-Man No Way Home is going to it's going to bring in somebody else. Like I said, every one of these movies in Phase 4, I'm going to go ahead and put money on it, is going to bring in another Marvel hero that's going to start their own storyline.
All right,
I don't know which one is going to do it.
So I thought they were going to have all 3 different Spider-Men in this. They're not going to do that?
Nope, it was a rumor. Yeah, Tobey Maguire was never signed on to it. Andrew Garfield was never signed on to it. They both confirmed it.
Okay. Well, that took down, because that's the whole, far as I knew, all they were gonna have these 3, and I'm thinking, okay, well, it's gonna be a back and forth of him with the different universes, and maybe we might even see a live action Miles Morales. But now it's like, okay, well, cool. Let's see. I really don't. It took my take. You just took my take. How you gonna took a take? You can't took a take.
It makes it feel any better. You're right about a DC movie I could talk about right now.
What's that?
What happened?
I'll tell you. I don't want to mess with the flow.
Okay. Well, I just hope one thing's for sure. I really just hope he learns to fight in this movie. And because I'm tired of seeing him, he all right with the good guy. At least Tobey Maguire could go toe to toe for a minute until the other guy cheated. And I didn't I'm kind of offended, Mr. William, by your take on Tobey. over emo. I hated Andrew Garfield because I felt like his Spider-Man was what they were saying about Tobey's Spider-Man in the third movie. Especially with that second one, like you get mad, like people get mad for him having too many villains in the third one on Tobey's watch, and then on the second one on Andrew's watch, you do the same thing. So like, what are y'all talking about? But anyway,
well, that's all Sam Raimi writing. I mean, come on now, you have Venom and you make him, you give Topher Grace Venom, really?
That was the Sony right there. That was Sony's call.
I'm sorry. That was Sony's call, but still. And then the guy who plays Sandman should have basically played Venom. Should have played Eddie Brock.
Yeah, no disagreement there. Or that I wouldn't even want him to play that because
I can see it though. I can see it.
Yeah,
I can see it, but I want somebody else.
You know what I'm saying? But
my bad.
It is what it is, man. Like these Spider-Man movies, like with the new guy playing Tom Holland playing Spider-Man, they've all been good so far. So I think this one gonna be good too.
Yeah.
As far as what to expect, I don't know. Do we even know who the villain is supposed to be in this movie?
Besides Doc Ock, that's about it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because for so long, I was hung up on No Way Home for so long, right? Because I'm thinking like everybody else should know, he's gonna jump into like different multiverses, you know what I'm saying? But that's been axed, so shit. I don't know where it's gonna go for the most part, man.
I think Chris, did you just go?
Yeah.
Nigga got extra arms and like, come on. I mean, man.
I can still see it. I mean, they can still run the multiverse just because of stuff that Doctor Strange movie sitting out there, but it's I mean, that's what I said. They've been very tight-lipped about this, and I like that because let's be honest, Tom Holland has been used as a prop when they want certain information out there for the world to see. Yeah. And he kind of made fun of him with the intro, talking about, I'm not going to spoil the movie. They don't tell me anything. And of course, as you walk by, you see all these things pointing to No Way Home. And how many times have we seen that trailer been dissected and that picture been looked at and everybody trying to figure out what all these circles and numbers and stuff mean? I give it to Marvel. They know how to keep our wheels spinning and have us nowhere near where the plot is.
Yeah.
Facts.
Marvel know what they're doing.
It's a perfect example of what you do when you got money and you got something to lose. You keep people guessing. Remember we were talking about it on the pod some weeks ago. Tiger Woods. How did Tiger Woods get caught cheating back in the day? Bro, this dude is worth $300 million. I was like, yo, you could take like maybe 10 or 15 million, hire out a whole department of people just to make sure that you never get caught, and he still messes it up somehow. Marvel is doing it right with the money, using the money for what it's supposed to be used for, which is putting false information out there, keeping people guessing.
I really thought you was about to use WandaVision as a example, because I remember again listening to Double Toasted, and they just would just make fun of how many people would be wrong with their like, oh, Wanda's gonna do this, it's gonna be that, and then it's gonna be Mephisto, all that stuff. Like people was thinking Mephisto was gonna show up, and it's like, nah, none of that.
I was one of those people. I was going down that sword. I was one of those people.
Yeah, because I mean, I thought she was going to, do like House of M or somehow like usher in the mutants. Nah, we ain't getting none of that.
None of that. Yeah. We just got Tiana Paris in a nice super suit.
Oh yeah, Vaughn unfortunately had to listen to me. I was like, we're gonna see Dr. Reed Richards, we're gonna see Nightmare, we're gonna see Mephisto, and Vaughn the whole time is like, bro, you said every week.
The dragons are coming. I promise you they're coming.
Yo, Marvel is for the streets, man. We are the girlfriend and wife that's been cheated on, and like the dude game is just so tight.
Yeah,
he got us believing stuff that ain't even there. Like,
right?
Is it Mephisto? Is this my fault? You know what I'm saying?
They're making videos about us in the car after they're done cheating.
Facts. Derek Jackson.
We got Derek Jackson.
We got Derek Jackson. Marvel is pimping us, man.
Oh man.
All the game. Marvel got all the game, bro.
All right, we got one more coming. Well, we got some more coming up.
All right.
What's next? We have on the way Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, March 25th of next year.
That's what I'm looking forward to. That
Mm.
of all of these movies we've seen so far, that's the one I'm looking forward to the most. I want to see how they're going to do it. I heard look another rumor, which I'm pretty sure this one is true though. You know what I'm saying? Even though Marvel do be pimping us, I think they're gonna have some horror elements into it, which we haven't really seen in a
I don't
Marvel
see
movie
it.
before. You
I
don't
don't
see
see
it?
it. Nah.
I think.
I see
Because
it.
So,
because
I get where
because
you're going with
remember they had the director that's known for horror, but he
okay.
got pushed out, and they brought
this. Right.
somebody.
Oh.
And then matter of fact, Sam Raimi is doing this movie.
So it's gonna be horror light.
Probably horror like, but I don't think it's going to be what's a good comparison to like
Kind
horror
of like,
like.
kind of like. I'll put it this way: if Sam Raimi is gonna be behind this, it's pretty much gonna be the Evil Dead with Doctor Strange.
And it was pretty much a comedic horror film, you know.
Right.
So hey,
Yeah.
Well,
Is-
it
is-
depends. Are you talking about the first Evil Dead or the remake?
The second.
Because there's two versions.
Hmm.
Like
The
the
first
first one was the first Evil Dead was the one about the tree and the girl. I'm not gonna get too much into
Yeah,
detail about that.
Right.
that's what I'm
And then
talking about.
And then the second one, like Bonnie, you're saying, is the comical one. The one with of course, with a lot more punchline stuff in it, because apparently the first Evil Dead is actually X-rated.
Oh,
Really?
but didn't it have a comedic
Yes.
tone? From what I remember, I thought it had a comedic tone. But I mean, we're on something else.
Yeah. That's a historical point. But let's
I
move
will-
on.
I'm gonna say this: if Marvel does not give Tech Nine the soundtrack to this, it's gone. Marvel, this would be perfect. I promise. Especially if they're going like with Sam Raimi and they like, oh my, can you imagine? I don't know if y'all listen to Tech Nine. Y'all might think he's the worst rapper ever.
Here and
No,
there.
real
Here and
talk.
there.
Correct me. Is Wanda supposed to be the villain for this?
No,
She's not. Okay.
She's not.
Well, here's another one that I'm just sitting here. The first one I like. He was basically Tony with a
Scalpel.
with magic. Tony with magic. So I'm for it, man. The first one was really good, man. Interesting. So
I'm not gonna
you gotta
lie.
give Tech Nine that soundtrack.
Okay. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I saw the first one and I thought it was okay, but I learned to like it years later. I'm like, you know what? It's not a bad movie. You know, it's not my Doctor Strange, but overall though, it's enjoyable. For this one, I want to see what to do with this whole multiverse of madness. Like, we got a glimpse of it from the first movie, but I want to see how they really expand this part of it. Like, is one going to have some part in it, or will this movie set up big things for the future?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's in March of next year, so I'm thinking, you know, normally the really huge movies come out in July or like Christmas time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, you know, maybe this is setting up something big for the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? But that's how my mind thinks about when I see this title right here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on this because I'm looking forward to it. It is going to be interesting because I don't know if you guys remember from the last episode of WandaVision where Agatha was talking about the Darkhold, and she said something to Wanda that was very interesting about the Darkhold. When she sat there and said the Darkhold is pretty much the entire story of the Scarlet Witch, and also opens the doorways to different realities and dimensions that only the Scarlet Witch will be able to access. And there was actually a mention of the Darkhold back in Doctor Strange, where he sat there, where he was actually about to touch the books, and you see Wong sit there and stop him on one particular book. He says, "What's with these books?" He says, "Some of these books are forbidden. They're never supposed to be used. Some of them are dark holes. Some of them are dark magic. Some of them are forbidden." And I went back. I was like, did Wong mention the Darkhold in Doctor Strange? And again, that same mention of the Darkhold was in Scarlet Witch, which, of course, by now we already know Scarlet Witch will be in the Multiverse of Madness. And I'm going to repeat this again. Mephisto will probably make an appearance.
He never coming. He ain't
I
never
still see
coming.
Nightmare as the main villain. Even though they didn't say it, I still say Nightmare will be the main villain. I'll even see what's that guy's name? Chickawell, I can never say his last name. Edifor, who played Baron Mordo.
Chuedo, okay, yeah, Edgy
Yeah,
Ford. I can get the last
Yeah.
name. Chuedo Edgy Ford. There we go.
Not even gonna try.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah,
Yep.
Do some
but I
gum,
even
show and
see him
tell. Yeah.
there in the movie. Because let's be honest, Baron Mordo is still out there. I mean, he's still there hunting Doctor Strange, so I wouldn't be surprised. Like again, this is another medium for another connection for another MCU hero. But no, I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange. So like I said, it's going to be interesting to see where they go to with it next.
What do we have next, y'all? Now we have what we got now. Thor: Love and Thunder, May 6th of next year. This is what I'm waiting for right here. I mean, well, we know that Jane Foster, she's going to be in this one, and hopefully she's going to be the female Thor of this movie, and it's still being directed and written by what's the guy's name?
Tawaki something. I can never say his name.
Yeah, him. So I mean, yo, I love what he did with the last Thor movie. I mean,
was good.
The action was fun. It was funny as hell, and like he knows how to direct Chris Hemsworth as Thor, which is what I appreciate. So this right here, it looks fun, big, kind of, it feels like almost like a 80ish style feel to it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is what I want to see out of everything so far.
Yeah.
The last Thor was the best one. And so I'm looking forward to this one too. So they bring in Gore the God Butcher. Will.
Yes.
Well, I gotta check with Will. Will is like the encyclopedia with this shit, man. Shout out to Will. Big fan. In fact, that's my favorite favorite Thor storyline. The whole Gore the God Butcher saga, man. So
it's tough, man.
That's gonna be dope.
That's just tough.
I'm looking forward to it because I'm hoping they tell that story. Because as soon as they mention the God Butcher, I'm like, oh, Thor has to go unworthy, and I say this for a reason. Because we already know with Jane becoming the female Thor, that means that somewhere along the lines, Mjolnir is going to get reconstructed. Now, is it going to be a Nivellir? It's hard to say. I'm not trying to guarantee that since Hela supposedly destroyed Mjolnir. So we already know it's going to get reconstituted somewhere else. That being said, we're also going to, it's a guess, and this is just a guess, nothing's confirmed. I still think we're going to see Beta Ray Bill. We saw a snippet of him in Ragnarok from the
it was a statue outside of one of the buildings.
Yeah.
Stonehenge.
So we saw Beta Ray Bill there. We saw the statue of Beta Ray Bill there. I think because of course Beta Ray Bill being the owner of Stormbreaker, I see him actually coming to claim that back, and I also see Thor going unworthy. Now, if they go unworthy Thor, that does line up with the God Butcher, because during that storyline, and again, not to spoil those that don't know that, but Thor does go unworthy of Mjolnir during that entire saga. He does eventually become worthy again to get Mjolnir, but that whole entire dark period that he doesn't have it, it's in my mind, is some of the best writing for a Thor comic book, which I hope that Takaka, I can never think of that guy's name, but I hope he introduces that in Love and Thunder. Thank you. But I hope he does introduce that in Love and Thunder, because I mean, I love Ragnarok just because the best thing the director did was put a 70s, 80s rock band soundtrack to it. And I'm hoping he does the same thing with this one for Love and Thunder. But it's gonna be interesting to see where they go with it. And it's kind of funny where the story is where it is now. He's still with the Guardians of the Galaxy, so they got to explain. I mean, I think Guardians of the Galaxy. I forgot the release date for that, because if it's before Love and Thunder, then they have to explain what happened in Volume 3, or I can't remember. Vaughn, do you remember the dates for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
No, I do not, sir.
It's coming up. I got y'all. It's coming up.
Because I would say, go ahead.
Yeah, because I was gonna say if it's before that, then we already kind of know the outcome or the story for one of those movies has to change. But I completely forgot the dates. But Love and Thunder, I'm with you guys. I'm looking forward to it.
I got a question. Is young the young tender from the last one gonna be in this one?
Tessa, she signed on.
She's
She
on.
did.
Okay, then
No,
I'm all
sir.
shut up and take my money from the door. I was really happy about the last one because I mean I feel like Thor. If I were Avenger, I feel like I would be Thor because he just has a personality that is just kind of quirky, but it's funny and it makes sense like in his world, you know. And then when you put him in another world, it's like, who the hell is this guy? And even though they stayed in his realm for the last one, I felt like this showed his personality the best. So if they can do that with this one as well, and you know, all the stuff that Will was talking about, I want to see all that put into this one, especially with the 80s. It feels kind of like a little bit of Flash, like the guy that did
Yes,
this
Flash
one
Gordon.
watched
Okay.
a lot
Flash
of Flash Gordon growing up. So that's that. I'm for it, man. Shut up, take my money all day.
That was
Facts.
Hey,
Facts. I
yo,
mean,
my bad, Chris. Go ahead.
now I was just gonna say, remember he got Mjolnir back in the last movie, so he got that joint.
But Thor
Yeah.
got it though. I mean, not
Yeah, Thor got it.
Cap
Well,
had it.
Cap got it, but he had to restore it. But that's why I said this. That's why I said I went that rabbit hole because he had to return it back to the point in time.
You're
before
right.
he picked it
Oh,
up.
so he took Mjolnir back too.
Yeah, he took.
I
Mjolnir back.
missed that. I missed that part. I missed
Because
that
I was
part.
like, if they do that, that's gonna leave a big hole in the story because they had to return everything back to the point of to the point where it's picked up, which again was one of the many problems I had with Endgame because he sat there and said
Any
time
problems you say with Endgame?
because you can't. Okay, first and foremost, you can't sit there and say time travel doesn't work in a linear fashion and then do the exact same thing to get the stones in the first place.
You know what it is? You know what it is, bro? With any movie that deals with time travel, if you think about it too hard, your eyes just gonna cross and you're gonna like faint. So it's like don't overthink it.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because it's not gonna make sense, man.
No,
I get you though. It's not gonna
Chris,
So that's why I had to do
meet
something.
Will.
I'd explain that scene for somebody because the scene between the Ancient One and Bruce, where Bruce literally explained linear time, and the Ancient One was like, "Well, if you take it from this point, timeline skewers off," and it goes, "No, no, no! If I return at the same time that I came back and got it, time is restored." And I'm just sitting there like, "Weren't you the same motherfucker that just said that and said this ain't possible?"
Right. This shit, time travel in movies will never 100% make sense. The only thing you can do is hope that they do something that, like, okay, like while you actually experiencing a movie, you can be like, okay, I guess that kind of made sense. But if you think about it, bro, like it's same thing with Terminator. Like, John Connor sends dude back to stop the Terminator from killing his mom.
Right.
Then it like turns out that was actually John Connor's son in the future. It's just weird. It's a bunch of stuff, bro. Like it's
a funny part.
Don't think about it too hard.
Yeah, it's the funny part with James Cameron. That was a milk movie. I'm like, dude, you just sat there and just said, we're just gonna add little tidbits to make this movie fit in with canon. No, you just wanted a cash cow. Let's be honest.
Yeah. They wanted to get that money, man. And that's where you always messed up the story when you put money in front of the quality of the product, man. A lot of people don't understand that because they want to get the money.
That's true.
There you go. All right, y'all. What do we have next? Now we have Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever.
July 8th of next year.
Bro, they're gonna take my black card for saying I was looking most forward to the Doctor Strange movie. I forgot all about this joint. They're gonna kick me out the race, man. I'm gonna have to find a nice, I wouldn't say white family, and I'll probably end up going with a Filipino family because they're kind of like the black people are Asians. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I know what I'm saying, but kind of.
You in a safe place.
in
I ain't gonna
You
tell
say
nobody unless I need to
Yeah, they
unless I
kicking
need to
me out.
blackmail you.
I forgot all about this joint, man.
Mm,
I
yeah.
I, don't, I wonder how they gonna do it though. I'm interested in seeing how they gonna do it.
That's the big mystery, man. I mean, of course,
Mm.
you know, it's going to be a love letter to Chadwick. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And you know, what's my guy's name? The young director.
Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's going to do his thing regardless, man. And you know, as far as like the world building and what's going on, but I mean, yeah, I mean, who knows? Is Shuri going to be the next Black Panther? I
That
doubt it, but it's
I'm gonna have
possible.
okay. So I'm among friends. I'm among friends in that opinion. Okay, cool.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
I cannot tell you so many times I was like, I want Shuri to be the Black Panther, but not now. Because
Mm,
I was explaining to somebody, I said the next Black Panther movie, if you try to make Shuri the Black Panther, you're really just making Black Panther 1 all over again.
Mm.
And that's going to be the problem. I was like, I mean, there are so many other characters right now that can play Black Panther. And it's like, well, why don't we bring back Michael B. Jordan? No, let's not go Killmonger.
right.
There's no need to go Killmonger. I mean, there's so many other avenues and other warriors that come forward that eventually Shuri can take the mantle, but not right now, because if you're looking at a character development of a series like Black Panther, and because we hold it in such high regard,
Mm,
it has to be developed properly. But you know, let's just be honest, a lot of I won't call them bandwagon fans, but there's no other way I can call it.
It's a
You
lot of
know,
them.
they saw Black Panther for the first time, and now they're quote unquote experts. But I know that's probably gonna give me some hate mail. But
Hey man, I told you that in strict confidence, bro. You ain't
but
got
no,
you ain't got to put me on blast like that. I felt like I watched the movie. I felt like I was home. I knew all about it, but
Listen,
no.
man. I think everybody felt like, yo, man, Wakanda can be real. We can
Yeah,
do that
yeah,
shit, man.
yeah,
That was
man.
a
We
moment,
can.
yo. When that movie came, bro, like leading up to it, I already you could feel it coming up to when the movie was coming out, bro. It was gonna be a moment. Like
Yeah.
2 months before, look, I was in a little African shop that's in the mall, like
Oh
picking
no,
out,
man.
bro.
Oh
Yep,
no,
yep,
man.
yep. Where my
Not you, man.
dashiki at?
Not
Where
you,
my
man. Come
dashiki?
on now.
oh no,
Dashiki
no,
out, bro. I
and
don't care.
that's a
Proud
beautiful
of that
feeling
shit.
though.
Yeah.
That is beautiful that we sat there and I think me, Vaughn, another couple of friends of ours, we went to the midnight showing. Like, bump that.
Dude, we were in the movie theater having bonding sessions with other people in the theater. Like
Right.
it
That's dope,
was
though.
that
That's dope.
beautiful. You in there
That's
talking to
dope.
people that you don't even know, but hey man, so this is this like that was
Right.
the vibe.
Uh-huh.
Y'all question, do y'all think that can happen again?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
It
think
can.
so.
It
I
can.
think I think off the strength of Chadwick Boseman, because shit, man, like when we learn what he went through without
Yeah.
telling anybody, we're
Mm.
like you have to be a strong person to do what you could in your last days and not let the world know, and this, pass off peacefully. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I think
Right.
when this comes out, people is still going to come out, Black love and all of that. But I think Chadwick is still going to be on everybody's mind with this one right here, though.
And
Facts.
bro,
Man,
you
look.
about to start preaching in a minute,
Yo, for
man.
real, cause
It's
yo,
right
I
though.
get the flu and I don't want to do nothing for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? All like I don't do no work. I don't do nothing but watch Netflix and eat junk food, bro. Until I'm that better. When I'm better, so I'm Mr. Man, blah 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 blah. But let me come down with like the flu or something. Like this dude had a whole. What was it that he had? Was it
I think
Like
cancer?
he had
I want to say it was
pancreatic
cancer.
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 And
Yeah,
my man is
pancreatic
just
cancer.
working the whole time, man. You gotta admire that, bro. You have to
I mean,
admire
the fact that he cranked out 7 movies in the span
Right.
of I think I want to say, well, yeah, 7 movies. He cranked out 7 movies in the span of Black Panther, and not only the fact that he, it still did the press tours, still did all
Mm,
the media
SNL
stuff.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
and I mean, at the same time, it's like, and he was about to do which is interesting because that's
You're
on
right.
Netflix right now. Which
You're right.
again,
Mhm.
definitely watch.
Mm.
He was actually about to do the first African American samurai. And so not only for the fact that he was able to do all this stuff, props to his people for keeping it under wraps.
Raps, because he probably didn't want people feeling sorry for him. And you know what? Do you remember the video? It all makes sense now. I don't know how I didn't put this together during the press run for Black Panther, where he just kind of like broke down crying in one of the cast interviews.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Like it
Yeah.
all makes sense. In fact, I want to say that it was somebody in the audience or something like that, a kid or something that had cancer or something like it. I don't know. He had a connection with something.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
A kid that was sick, and he just had to. He broke down and he had to, to walk off. I was like, wow. I'm thinking he just really feeling sorry for the kid, but it might be that. Plus, he knowing like, wow, he's probably seeing himself in this kid that has this crazy disease, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm not crying. You're crying. I look at like his last, like even with his last movie, he was still powerful up to the end with that Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Like he still gave an incredibly powerful performance. So it's gonna be hard, like to figure out where they're gonna go with as far as like Wakanda Forever. I mean, who are they gonna put in the place, or if they're even gonna try to? I keep hearing they're not gonna try to, but they're not
gonna recast T'Challa.
Yeah, so are they gonna acknowledge the death, or are they gonna
Well, that's what I was gonna say, that Ryan Coogler right now is being very tight-lipped about, because they can go a route of, there are some stories, there are some what if Black Panther stories out there that, what if T'Challa died and who would take on the mantle, and that's where, of course, Killmonger, even Winston Duke's character M'Baku dons the Black Panther mantle for a little while. So there's stories out there. They're very short stories, but still, it does lead to those possibilities out there of who else could put the mantle. But Coogler, I'll give him right now. Coogler being very tight-lipped about anything of the story, and that's the best way to do it right now, because you want that hype to stay on this. You want that hype to stay on this movie. You want that hype to keep building up, and then throw a tidbit out there. Throw something out there that makes us think otherwise, or throw something that completely left field. Right. Because like we all discussed, we're all gonna wind up seeing this movie. I know my dumb tail is probably gonna be in the movie theaters at midnight just to watch it like I did the first one. So
shut up and take my money off top.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, this soundtrack is gonna slap.
Woo.
Trust me.
You think you think they can top that first one?
Listen, man.
Was good, man.
This sound, I'm telling you, man. Out of all the shit that Black people have been going through since the first Black Planet came out,
right?
Passing, and what's going on now? Listen, that shit is gonna slap. Trust me, man.
Peanut butter inside. That's what, man. I hope so, man. It just depends on who they allow to curate. And when you have a talent like Kendrick at the forefront, man, you can. It's hard to go wrong. So,
all right,
big shoes to fill for that.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's next, y'all? All right, so we got the Marvel. Oh, what's that? The Marvel?
Yeah, Marvels. You're right.
The Marvels. What's that about, y'all? I'm not sure. Is that about Captain Marvel?
I think it's Captain Marvel and the Marvel girl, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna have 3.
It's probably both of them in it.
So I'm sorry. Right now, it's only confirmed 2. So it's supposed to have, of course, Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. It's supposed to have from WandaVision, Photon, which was Monica Rambeau's daughter. Supposedly, it has yet to be confirmed, even though there's a television series out there for Miss Marvel, that Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, will probably be in this movie. So that's why the whole thing about it, that's why I said it's rumored right now, because as you can tell from the symbols, and I point this out because, again, this is Marvel with the symbol stuff again.
It's
if
right
you
here.
look at the symbols, you'll see the
I got you now.
You'll see the symbol for Captain. You'll see the symbol for Captain Marvel. You also see the symbol for Photon. And the S at the end is Miss Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I didn't put
So
it together before. Gotcha. Okay.
that's just me. That's just me and a long night. But anyway, uh, but no, it's as far as the story goes, it's probably going to be related. I'm going to take a wild guess to the scrolls, which is probably going to lead up to Secret Invasion. Because of right now, we know that that Nick Fury and Maria Hill are currently replaced by Skrulls as they're somewhere else right now.
Hmm.
So I keep on wanting to call it Captain Marvel 2. It's called Marvels now.
Pretty much it is. It is pretty much.
That's what this is probably going to be the movie that leads up to the next story, the next big story, which will be Secret Invasion for me. But like I said, Captain Marvel was one of those movies I said was okay. I mean, it wasn't just it wasn't like Captain America's first Avenger. Let's be honest. But it was still enjoyable. So I'm kind of curious to see what they're gonna do with this one.
Yeah, I feel you there. I mean, that they made her so OP. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, so what threat can she come across to where she doesn't like just easily dismantle for the most part?
Yeah. I was kind of hoping I see Marvel, but that's not gonna happen anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. What y'all think?
I didn't like. I was not a fan of Captain Marvel. I thought Brie Larson did a terrible job acting wise in that one, and like she was. It's no how do you have an Oscar yet you show little to no emotion in these movies? It's like you don't even want to be there. So I'm cool. If it comes out on DVD, I'll stream it. But man, I'm not even hyped up for this shit, man. It's just, I thought it was a group from Motown or something, the Marvels. Well,
they really are.
I mean,
they are a group. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman?
Yeah. No, man, that's Mary Wells, man.
No, is it Mary Wells or Marvels?
Hold on. While y'all talk about, I'm gonna Google that real quick.
Okay.
You know, I need to know that.
All right, Chris.
I think it was I want to say it's the Marvels, but I could be wrong. There's a lot of things rolling around in my head right now. There's a lot of information up there.
That's my brother, man.
It's funny because I'm not really looking forward to it, but I know I'm gonna go see it anyway. And when is it? No, the end of next year, I'm going to the movies to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is. Yo, Marvel has that much brand equity with me too. I don't even gotta know what it is beforehand. They could do a pop-up movie. Like you remember, like a few years ago, Beyonce started that whole wave of just like dropping an album.
Yeah.
Just no single, don't nothing, just drop it. They could drop a random Marvel movie tomorrow, and I'm like, yo, what's this? I'm going to see it.
Everybody's going to watch.
I'm not going to lie. This was probably out of all of the Marvel movies or MCU, the least one I didn't like. Because like Bob was saying, like, she has zero personality. Like she played that role straight throughout the entire movie. And then the whole time she was being told like, hey, don't, just act normal or don't act excited. And then in Endgame and Infinity War, she still had that same straight ass personality, man. So it's like, okay, I mean, unless a 180 occurs, I'm not really psyched. Now, Miss Marvel or Kamala, like I want to see how they do her because I like that character a lot from the comics. So, and then Proton, I love her. I ain't gonna front.
Monica,
hey, Tiana,
I love her, man.
Hey, Tiana.
Although
I gotta stop, man. Blackbeard don't cheat. I love my wife. Hey, baby, I love you, baby. I love my wife.
Vaughn, did you just get married, bro?
Yeah, I got married, man. Yesterday to.
Congrats, man! Like I saw it on your page. I saw it on your page. I was like, I saw your wife with the ring, and then you was like, you said something in the caption. You was like, I did it, or I still can't believe it, or something. I said, this nigga just go and get married. Yo, congratulations, man.
Appreciate it, man. Black love.
I was gonna start singing "She's Your Queen to Be," but I can't get that high in voice.
Hold on. Nope, ain't gonna happen.
Hey, thank you guys,
Yeah,
man.
I'm not even going to attempt that.
Hey,
Yeah.
I found my best
Queen to be.
friend, and I said, let's get married. So
There we go.
that's what it
That's
is,
some
man.
beautiful shit, bro.
It is,
Appreciate
man.
it.
It's beautiful, man.
Beautiful.
I just hope she didn't hear me saying hello to Tiana. So I'm just
Listen.
playing, baby.
Listen, hey, look. When I edit this joint down, I'm gonna loop that part over and over. Tiana.
Oh, so that was for the blackmail joke. Okay, I got you. I like this guy. He gets me.
He sent to Vaughn like, Vaughn, you a cool text? You good? Straight?
I'm all right. She only hit me because she loved me.
Thanks for being on the show. have this slander and this blackmail as a parting gift and shit.
It's all good, man.
Oh, man.
All
Yo,
right.
G, is that all the movies, or do we got?
Oh no, we got more. We got more.
What we got?
All right. So now we got Ant-Man and the Wasp and Quantumania, February 17th, 2023.
This is the only one I'm not looking forward to.
Really?
I
like Ant-Man and the Wasp, man.
The second one, I didn't even see the whole thing, bro.
Really?
Not even,
man.
I didn't even see it. I
Really?
don't know. I just won't. And I like Old Boy too. What's the Old Boy name? The star of the movie.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd is my guy. Like, he's hilarious, but I'm just like, I'm
about to say Ant-Man and the Wasp was pretty good. I mean, the fact they introduced Ghost and, they kind of went a little bit more into the quantum realm. I thought it was good, but, I'm looking forward to Quantumania because they're just going to go more into the microverse, which, again, like I said, not like a broken record. This is going more into those areas that, unless you follow the comics, you're not going to know about. Because Ant-Man does spend a lot of time in the microverse, especially with different sides of himself. Not sure if they're going to go that route because, again, they've already explored Yellow Jacket. Even though Yellow Jacket was not the way that he was intended in the movies, he was actually just a split personality of Hank Pym. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go with it. They really haven't said a lot about it.
Right.
But Paul Rudd is rumored. He definitely will be back. Michael Douglas will be back. I forgot Michelle Pfeiffer will be back as his wife, and of course Evangeline Lilly will be back as the Wasp. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. There's just not a lot of information on it right now.
You know what? I think I remember why I never saw it. Didn't they sandwich Ant-Man and the Wasp between the last two Avengers movies?
Yep.
That's what the fuck it was. Okay, so you see Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I can't wait for the next one to come out, and then it's like Ant-Man and the Wasp. For me, it was so coming down from how high up it was. I didn't even really watch it.
And Chris, how did you feel about the first Ant-Man?
I thought it was all right. It was all right.
Nothing spectacular.
It had its I would say compared to the other Marvel movies, it was I would say it's good. You know what I'm saying? I have no complaints about the movie. In fact, I think the comedic parts with Old Boy, what's the I want to say he's a Mexican comedian.
Michael Pena.
Yeah.
Those parts were hilarious.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was saying Michael Pena needs to go back and redo the entire MCU story. Just tell it from his perspective.
I would watch it. That would be entertaining, bro.
See what had happened, and this pair happened here, and then I said here, so we go there.
I like that. But I was like agreeing. Me and Chris was like very parallel up until the first one, because when I saw the first one, it's just okay. I watched it. It happened, and that's just I wasn't too amped up. Like we get to Infinity Wars and then Ant-Man and Wasp, and I'm like, okay, cool. And the next reason I'm not gonna watch this is because, hey man, if T.I. ain't in it, I'm boycotting because of T.I.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I'm doing that too. No T.I. Fuck this shit, man.
They try to say T.I. got a whole sex dungeon, man.
Yeah.
Bro,
T.I.'s got bigger problems right now.
yeah, man. That's
I'm sorry. Dave got bigger problems right now.
Yeah, man.
Hey, him and Tiny.
Yeah, man. Oh, yo, wild segue. Y'all know tonight it's going to be SWV and Escape on Versus, right?
We'll be
I
watching.
forgot about it.
That might start another argument in our house because the Queen, she going for SWV, but I'm going for Escape.
How many hits does Escape actually had though?
I mean, you're talking about a strong 20. Strong 20. Now, Escape got some joints, but 20 of them though?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I can't name 20 Escape songs.
I mean, I can name some Sister with Voices songs, but Escape, who can I run to? And that's it. That's all
I can name a couple more than that, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like people always get into the hits of who got the most, who sold the most. It's essentially like two DJs on the side. One is playing Escape's music, and then the next DJ cuts in with SWV. It's like, what is Rain gonna do up against Can't Hang? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or Just Kicking It gonna do up against Right Here. So I feel like in that sense, Escape has enough music to hang. You know what I'm saying? My little secret, softest place on earth.
Yeah,
that's my
man.
joint, man. I mean, Just Kicking It, Understanding. They got some heat, man.
But Levon, can we all agree on one thing though? Can we all agree that Steve Harvey doesn't even host another?
No.
Hold on.
Yeah, he don't. He don't, man.
It was 1965. I had just took my first karate class. I was like, Steve, yo, shut up, man.
Country ass was just somewhere doing a dance, a running man in the chicken hop. Man, if you don't shut the fuck up.
It's ridiculous, man.
That annoyed me during Earth, Wind, and Fire and Temptations.
Oh man.
Kept on coming up. Y'all don't know. I'm a set
nigga. We don't want to know.
Don't want to know. But see, look, check it though. Check it. I get what he was trying to do because think about it. Between Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers, if they in between the music, when the music plays, we already know what they're gonna do. They're gonna do their thing. But you need something to kind of bridge in between. Like, you hosted an event, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But he just took it overboard. He telling stories about his life. He should have had some stories about them or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Or just not been there.
Facts. I mean, my thing is when you sit there and see I can't remember the guy's name from Temptation. From the Temptations singing, I'm sorry, not from Temptation, from Earth, Wind, and Fire. Singing Ronald Isley's Fantastic Voyage song, and you see him take the hook, bruh. You see Steve Harvey like, come on. I said, boy, if you don't shut the hell up.
Shut up, Steve.
Be quiet.
It's like just enjoy the moment. That's what we're all.
I remember back in 1967.
I can't do it. Yeah.
But but Vaughn, you got a point though. I mean, Versus is supposed to be this celebration of music. It's supposed to be. I mean, we're not looking at it as a competition. Most of us aren't. But we're just enjoying music, especially these days, because Vaughn hasn't told y'all. There's a certain thing of rap out there that I hate. I am a hip hop fan.
Mumble rap? You hate mumble rap?
Yes.
But hold on, this is the thing about his definition of mumble rap. I gotta stop him. Anybody released after 2010 is mumble rap to him. If you were born in 1995, like come on.
No, with exceptions.
Okay.
Exceptions are made.
Now.
No.
Who the exceptions, Will? Who the exceptions?
I said exceptions. I said Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
I said J. Cole. Found out actually about some underground rappers. Even though I can't stand them. I can't think of his name. Shoot. He was right next to 50 Cent. Lloyd Banks, when he actually had one album.
Lloyd Banks. He's more classic than
that's like 2003, 2005, like that.
I'm trying to think of somebody else, but I think I gave Cole and Lamar. I gave Cole and I gave Kendrick Lamar a pass because they actually can spit, but they ain't mumble rapping though.
They definitely not mumble rap.
No,
But everybody else, though, I'm sorry, everybody else, you like Future. I make fun of Future because apparently he's the definition of a toxic man, which I think is funny as hell. Because Future ain't never single. But even though Future, for all of his most part, he's a mumble rapper, but he knows how to make his product work. Just like what's the other kid?
Little Vert. Oh, the Conscious 6ix9ine.
I can't stand him to say.
We don't say his name around these parts. We don't say his
that?
name.
Oh, okay.
6ix9ine. We don't say his name.
No. We don't talk. That's Rat Cheese Boy.
No, that is
Stupid. And anyway, can we just be honest about that? He was just basically imitating Fredro Starr, the trap beats. That's just who
I never thought about that. That's perfect. That's perfect, man.
I'm listening to this guy and I'm like, I'd rather just go listen to Onyx, man. He's terrible. But anyway.
But that's the point. I mean, I do hate mumble rapping, but music aside, though, I'm like, I like it because we there's gonna be a generation out there who doesn't know who Escape is and who doesn't know who System of Voices is. And let's be honest, yes, it does help that a lot of kids are gonna go back and start streaming it or buying it off Apple Music or wherever you buy your music from. But just celebrating the music, that's the big thing. It's not about who wins.
It's two songs that's gonna get everybody in place. Well, no, it's three. Softest Place on Earth is gonna have a lot of babies being made. Then you got Rain, and then you got Weak. I'm probably like, if you got a girl and Weak comes on, you're probably gonna get raped. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, just have the wine and whatever else ready. Chris, you're probably gonna have a couple of more. What did you say? The inmates are leaving the building.
Inmates, more inmates coming out.
They got free. You better have a plan B on deck when that song come on, man. That's real. That is.
I'm about to say that's some leave some door open type mess on that one.
I'm gonna say this one thing.
Love that joint, bro. Love it. Yo, look, hold up, look. I didn't cut you off, but look, when Leave the Door Open came out, I was like, wait, because I already ever since Anderson .Paak came out, I've been rocking with him because he got so much soul. He almost like a throwback dude, but low key he can spit too. Oh my, and he played a drum.
He does all this, plays the drum while he does
rapping, singing, and playing the drums at the same. There was talent. You know what I'm saying? And you don't really see that as much nowadays. But Leave the Door Open came out. I was like, bro. I got excited and tried to make a post about it on our Instagram, the Geek Salad Instagram page. I put like a snippet of the video. Like, they took that joint down within like 2 minutes. This violates copyright. I was like, oh man, like I'm just trying to share like a moment with y'all, and like Instagram want to hate.
I made a post about it. I said, I said, I'm not leaving the door open. Ain't that how Pop Smoke got killed? Come on, I don't trust these women like that.
Oh man.
But that song is hard, even though I made a parody of it called "I'ma Be at Home Smoking." I'ma be at home smoking.
Hey I saw that movie Boogie. It was my first movie during the pandemic that I saw in the theater. And watching Pop Smoke in that movie, man, I'm like, that kid had a bright future, man. He's damn shame, dog. Damn shame, man.
It's like watching Pac in a movie, man. You could I would love to, because Pac was good in movies, but you could tell like he was just starting out, man. So I would like to see what he could have done if he got to do movies for like another 10 years. You know what I'm saying? He might actually would have been like super really great at movies or whatever. Everybody remembers. It's getting dark. I disappeared into the background for a second.
Everybody remembers Juice though. You know what? I don't give a fuck.
That's my bad.
When he saw old boy in the elevator, he just,
what you gonna do? Shoot me in the elevator? I love that shit, man. My favorite, man.
You got the juice now.
One of my favorite moments is, bruh, if you look, the last time you called me crazy, I was kind of tripping, right? But you know what? You're right. I am crazy. And guess what? I don't give a fuck. The way Pac delivered that.
Don't get me wrong. Beautiful. I'm not the biggest Tupac fan, but I do love his cinematic. I mean, his cinematic thing about gridlocks. And that's what I'm saying. You guys are right. He was short. I mean, I think, had Suge Knight not set him up, he would still be acting. Yes, I said it. Suge Knight set him up.
I won. Yo, did you see Suge Knight run them two dudes over? It wouldn't surprise me at all if he did. Not surprise me.
Yo, look, man, I think Pac, and I know we got way off course, man, but fuck it. But Pac would have had probably a similar career like Will Smith away from hip hop.
I see that.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I feel like maybe a mix between Pac and Cube, especially on the entrepreneur side. I feel like he would have had like a lot of executive production roles and stuff like that, man, and writing movies because he was very prolific. So he probably would have ended up being a great writer of scripts as well, man. So.
Yeah,
I think R.I.P. to Pac, man.
Yeah, man.
Even though Will don't like him.
I don't.
I put you on blast. Yeah. I'm trying to say that he's not a storyteller. His first song is literally a story.
Whoa.
Can you imagine? Look, can you imagine like your lady, right? Her ex-boyfriend also was like her best friend growing up, and then on top of that, he was a dope rapper, and then on top of that, he got killed in his prime. So everybody still brings him up all the time. Can you imagine trying to live up to that? You know what I'm saying? I can see myself being out with Jada and just every time you see a Tupac song come on or you see a Tupac movie, it's like,
I think
you're saying Will Smith had Tupac killed. Got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Poor Will Smith. Every time a Tupac song come on, he look over at Jay like, really? Just
how do you want it? How do you feel it?
And on top of that, Will raps. It's like your woman's ex-boyfriend, who she still loves to this day, was one of the greatest rappers ever, and you made Big Willie style.
But let's be honest
with it. No. Dear Mama, that's not the same.
Right. I get around getting jiggy
though.
with it, and it ain't the same vibe. But hey,
well, Will Smith comes from an era where rapping was supposed to be, happy and catchy,
right? Man,
so
fun.
You're not gonna compete with that. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
true. And in fact, I just found out like a couple of years ago, the song I like most by him, "Summertime." I think Rakim wrote that or something.
Yep.
Rakim always said he denies it. He denies it.
Really?
Like he denies it. He said he was just listening. Will Smith, like he said, he was just listening to some Rakim and got inspired. But Nas did write "Welcome to Miami."
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I expect that from Nas.
Hey, that was a nice check then for Nas.
Yes, sir.
The Scarface of cryptocurrency.
Ooh, crypto. I love that.
Yo, let's talk about that real quick.
He was gonna flame for that verse though. I mean, for that line though, man. Like
that's because young people don't care nothing about investment and getting out the hood and all of that type of stuff. All they care about is looking dope. Forget about being able to afford to actually buy the stuff that makes you look dope. Nah, fuck all that. We just want to be dope looking right now. The thing that really disappointed me though, I don't know if y'all watched the dude on YouTube, The Company Man. It's this guy called The Company Man. Dude got to be at least 40 or whatever. He's a brother, and he breaks down hip hop all the time. And I usually agree with the stuff he says, man, because he's a hip hop head. But he was one of the ones flaming that Nas verse, and I was like, word though, because he was saying Nas was it was a dated reference because he used Scarface. I mean, it is dated, but still, come on, we get
people
what he's saying.
Use Scarface and I'm Tony Montana, like Tony Montana
all the time.
Like, people use that all the time, so that was just some bias, man.
That's hip hop culture, man.
And half of these people that's talking about it probably ain't seen Scarface to begin with, so you need people like me.
But it's like the thing I keep saying. Like I said, I love that "Sorry Not Sorry." Not because Nas came on and did his thing, but Jay-Z also did. Jay-Z literally took, and I don't give Jay-Z much credit, but I give him credit for that. The fact he said, he kept on he stayed with B. He said, I missed that B to the other B, but let me not forget about my main B. And it's
Yo.
like, oh,
Yo,
Beyonce
he
in
is the
back.
king of the triple, quadruple.
Entendre.
Yes, man. Like I haven't seen a rapper do it like him in a long ass time. Cause it's he's at this point, he's not the best. He's like an alien. It's like you can't even compare to that type of size of like MCing. You know
what Joe Budden says, the alien brain. He talks about how Wayne, Joe,
Royce.
Yeah, it's all of them is in that field of alien
Royce,
brain.
Yeah, but that throwaway line he did though. He sat there and said, what did he say? We getting what he said, we getting bands, but we dancing different brands.
But we danced to different drums. I was like,
yeah, we getting bands. Oh yeah, well, I'm sorry.
What?
We all get
I only heard it one time. I missed that one. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Because Bob pointed that line out to me. I had to go back and listen to it. I was like, you ever hear a line so cold that you gotta get up and leave the room?
Yes.
Yeah. That's how I felt about that cryptocurrency Scarface. And then I'm listening to I forgot who I was listening to today when he said, man, you always it was Mia X. She was like, y'all niggas ain't rapping, y'all just distracting the beats. I'm like, oh my God. When people say stuff like that,
that's mean. Yeah, that's mean.
Right.
Yo, Will, so Will, you're not the biggest Jay-Z fan, huh?
I'll be honest with you. His everybody gives reasonable doubt his best album. I'm like, dude, his best album was the Black Album.
I gotta push back on you. I'm
thinking, what is my favorite?
Blueprint. The Blueprint.
The Blueprint was good too, but I still like the Black. To me, the Black Album still outdid the Blueprint. That's me.
No, man. All right, wait a minute. All right, think about it. Right, think about it. I'm gonna set the scene. Right.
Okay.
Blueprint comes out. Kanye West, Just Blaze. This is like their prominent debut to the hip hop world. And their sound was so big or soulful and just different. Timbo was in a slump. He came back in a big way on this as well. Swizz gave him some crazy shit. Like this is like that album was the culmination of some of the best producers of all time.
Yeah.
No argument.
Okay.
And the start of it, like the songs Ace to the Izzo, even though it was kind of gimmicky to me, it's way better song than Change Go and Go. Like that's the only thing I hate about the Black Album. The first song that was the first single. I mean, like I'm a fan of the Neptunes, man, but that joint that was come on, man.
Blasphemy, man. Yeah, not a fan of the Neptunes.
No, I'm a fan of the Neptunes.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of that song. Like, don't kill me, don't wheel me to the wall, Chris.
Look, we VA boys, man.
Man.
Oh yeah,
okay, man. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm a Tennessee, bro. How you feel about 3 6 Mafia?
Hey, yo. I'm from Tennessee too, man. I lived there back in like 90s up to like 2000. So
okay.
Yeah, man. 8-Ball MJG.
Yeah.
All day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
man. 3-6. I'm in it, man. Clarksville, baby. Clarksville, stand up.
Look, and I'm trying to get some lights set up because it's getting kind of dark over here. But this
you're good.
This is what I will say about Jay though, man. I'm still a big fan of his music. Now I listen to his music all the time, but I look forward to his business moves now that I'm, you know what I'm saying, in my late 30s.
Yeah.
I look forward to his business moves more than I look forward to his music, bro. Because it's like everything that he does, it's bro, I'm at a loss for words. Like the investments that this dude makes is ridiculous. Like, he bought a title when nobody wanted it. You know, got it up and just sold it for like $200-300 million, bro. Like, so it's like when I hear
that's a flip right there.
Big flip.
Sheesh.
So
and
it's like
Nas,
when I hear,
my bad. Go ahead.
No, you good. I was gonna say, so like when I hear a Jay verse, it hit kind of different because these ain't just flexes. Like we talking about his real life. Like that B line. Like, dude is literally worth $1 billion.
He's a billionaire.
I'm making another billion.
Like, what can you say on the track with a billionaire? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
what can you say?
You just gotta.
Let's not also forget this guy his sports brand. He already represents what 30% of the NFL, 47% of the NBA
I know
of
that.
players. And
That's
I think he's got some major league players that he represents.
Yeah.
So, not to mention his streaming service, which he still does own, it hasn't been sold yet. I mean, he started a streaming service at a time when the only streaming services out there was Pandora, Spotify, and Apple was just getting off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And Will, you're forgetting one very important fact to this man's greatness. The most important thing that you got to understand about Jay-Z's greatness, he's fucking Beyonce.
You know what? Ari Spears said
Oh, look, hold on.
No.
Let me just say this one thing real quick about that, because he is, but he's still a dude. You know, we none of us perfect, but yo, even his slime ball moments is low key a flex. Because so he even addressed it in the 444 album. Like he was like, "What's good at having a menage a trois if you like lose your soulmate or whatever, right?"
Right.
This dude got tired of sleeping with Beyonce. That's kind of that's low key a flex right there. Like, I've been smashing Beyonce for like 15 years. It's like I'm tired of banging Beyonce.
That's
that's like flex.
Like, sir.
Well, that's
best slime ball. Hey, I never thought of that one, man.
Well, think about that for a second, though. Think about that. You got money, means, and opportunity, and you was banging arguably the baddest girl in R&B.
And pop.
And you got tired of it. And the fact that you have options. Let's be honest. I couldn't do that with my girlfriend right now because chances are she can go out and pick up a Tennessee Titans player before I can pick up old girl at Hooters.
Yeah.
So I already know where my level is in life.
Yeah.
Ari Spears said it best. He said the one thing about Jay-Z I respect, how the fuck did he get Beyonce? This motherfucker like Joe Camel. And ever since he said that, every time I look at Jay-Z, I see Joe Camel from the old.
Can't unsee it.
No.
You can't unsee it. It's just like when I see Troy Aikman now, I can't see somebody put him like right next to Jay-Z, their pictures. They actually look a lot alike, bro.
I ain't see that yet.
Once you see it, you'll never be able to unsee it.
You'll never unsee it.
I've never seen that. I'm gonna have to do that.
Yo,
after
Google
this.
that. Google that.
Don't do it.
Troy Aikman and Jay-Z. They like brothers from another mother, bro.
You're right.
The same father or something. It's crazy.
But no, I'm sorry. We went so far off where you guys.
So gonna
that's what
bring
happened
it back.
when Great Energy meets, man.
Exactly.
I appreciate you. Real talk, man. I really appreciate you guys reaching out to me, and the fact that y'all were cool with letting me bring my brother along, man. Because I know now when it comes to the talk about comic books and stuff like that, my brother is very, very knowledgeable about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to bring him along for this one, man. And I really appreciate what you guys do. Like in this media space, it's not a lot, you know, it's a slow blur community, but it's like it needs to be more. And the fact that you guys are representing it like so unapologetically, man, is man, beautiful.
And I gotta piggyback on what Vaughn. What Vaughn said. First and foremost, yes, thank y'all. Well, thank Vaughn for thinking of me, and thank you guys for having me on. Because, like Vaughn was saying, when you run to like-minded people, especially like us, I mean, Vaughn has said blurred, I've said blurred, but in my mind, I like having brothers who are like-minded, who have that platform, who have that space to where we can all just. I mean, let's be honest. It's basically digital barbershop. We just don't have. We just ain't getting paid. That's it.
That's not getting no lineups or nothing. But this is barbershop talk.
I need to though. Goddamn.
Right.
So
I gotta get my nose hair clipped and some of that. I found the gray one. I almost screamed.
Bro, you start getting older.
Hey, why is there gray hair in my nose and not enough hair on my head? What the hell? I don't like that.
Like on your ear.
Yeah.
I'm just like plucking them joints out.
How you gonna talk about gray hairs? I've been having gray hairs since I was 13. That's why I got locks now.
Hey, but it's because you wise, Jack. You just wise, man.
Go.
Yeah, man.
Wisdom.
It's a wisdom, son.
Either that or you're an alien and you ain't telling no fucking body.
Well, I mean, if I was, that'd be the longest long distance call. Like, y'all motherfuckers just left me here.
Come get me.
Now. And why did you leave me here as a black man? You know how much shit we go through.
Oh, Lord.
Yo, that's funny, bro. But yo, hey, look, man, yo, keep on doing what y'all doing. Yo,
Exactly.
Vaughn, I be seeing you, bro. Like, when I tell you look, it was one day, I lied to you not. My timeline was straight all your stuff, bro. I had to like take a moment and think. I was like, yo, am I on his page? For a second, I thought I was on your page because everything I would scroll through was you. I was like, bro, yo, you be on your Instagram stuff, man. I appreciate that. I see you grinding out there, man.
Especially when he finds weird trailers. Oh God. He finds I love Vaughn to death. I've been knowing, well, good Lord, Vaughn. How long we know each other? 10 years?
We've been knowing it, bro, about 20.
About 20
almost like in we met like around in 2004. So
yeah, so about 16. Oh, well, it might as well. Let's round to 20. When I tell y'all, I love him dearly, but on his VSTs, when he comes up with weird trailers, he is the king of weird trailers. He finds stuff that I just look at him, I'm like, why?
Like, don't believe me? Look up this movie called Coonskin. Go,
yeah.
when you get a chance. I bet you. Coonskin.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. I already see this is gonna be one where I question friendship. I got
we ain't watched it together yet. You gotta see this. Oh my goodness. And that's just my thing, man. I like finding the crazy stuff and be like, wait, nobody else is talking about this shit. No, come on. I gotta bring this to the forefront, Jack.
Okay.
But also while we're still talking about, because I know I'm talking about Vaughn's VST, I would tell y'all this, guys. I mean, as much you guys had us on here, I know I would welcome you guys on our side as well, because like I said, I actually have a show called Get Bit where I would love to bring you guys on. You know, when you guys want to come on, it's kind of the same, it's really the same format that you guys have. But all we do is pretty much the same thing that you do here. But I would love, because usually it's me, Vaughn, another guy. Like I said, I like to have as many voices on there as humanly possible, just to have this type of environment. So I just wanted to let you guys know that you always have an open invitation on our side of the pond as well, because I definitely like it.
That's dope.
Set it up. We like doing other people's pods, man.
I'm for it, man. I'm for it.
That's what's
since we talking music, man, I might have to bring y'all to Rhythm This, man. That's the podcast where I try to look for some of the newest stuff, and I either like I make sure I look for like if Fiend from No Limit just dropped a new album, and all the way down to Lil Smelly Toes from Miami if he just dropped the album. So I try to be balanced on that. I'm not a critic, but if you down to talk about music, man, we can do that.
Yo, invite me, man. I just
got to get around these DMCAs, man. That's my issue.
I was telling you, Silent Listen Party. I've seen a lot of music podcasts turn around and they put the list out there on Spotify, but the way they got around it is that they don't play the music. I mean, you basically see the guys listening to it on their headphones. They'll listen to a song, come back, talk about it, but that has worked because let's be honest, Big Brother is listening for sounds and everything else. It will immediately start flagging it. But if you do a song listening party, what they gonna flag?
Gotcha.
See, that's why I call them tech support.
Yo, we gotta get you on when we got my cousin. It's this dude named Brandon, but we call him Stats Guy. This dude is like, what the fuck was the name of that movie?
Moneyball.
No. The joint.
Not Rain Man.
Rain Man. He's like Rain Man. He just has these random thoughts and random pieces of knowledge he just spits out there. We call him Stats Guy.
Nice.
Okay.
Shout out to Brandon. For sure.
Brandon. Hey, yo, look, check it. Tell the people where they can follow you all on social media and plug your stuff.
Okay.
Hey, Ron, you go first.
Right here, if you see the name that says BIGVIZZYADOT and you see an @ symbol, That's what you need to be following. Any Instagram, YouTube, that's Big VZA channel. That's my main page where I post all my podcasts. Screw you for messing up my last podcast. I ain't gonna say your name, but anyway, I have 2 live interactive podcasts you can watch there. You got the VST, where I again find crazy trailers from movies to video games. I even talk about entertainment news. And then you got the Random as Fuck podcast. That's my movie, like just random, not movie, but random clips that I find crazy clips. Like I found this one clip of a person trying to get a refund from a Burger King. Sounds normal, right? Only thing is the Burger King was on fire. So if you can look at videos like that and try to find some insight about your life and make you think, okay, the fact that my boss tried to cuss me out ain't so bad now, then that's what that podcast is about. I'm about trying to reset your weekend. Wherever you see Big VZA with an @ symbol in front, hit subscribe, like, follow. And if you want to send me $2 for some weed money, go ahead.
Oh man,
I love it.
you had to bring up the Burger King on fire. Oh no, there's a reason, because when we're advertising our stuff, and I usually use the intro. I said, "You ever see the person at a Burger King sitting on fire waiting for their change, and all the Burger King employees are outside staring at this woman?" The image alone will have you crying, because Ruth is blazing, and she's right there just like, I'm waiting for my change, and ain't nobody drive through. But I every time Vaughn says, I crack up laughing because I just can't get the image out of my head. But anyway, but as for me, of course, my name is Will. But I do have a couple of podcasts. Where they can be found is on Facebook or YouTube by their names. My political podcast called How the Frack We Got Here, in which I take the news of the week and just really just inform people. I'm not trying to change minds. I'm not trying to persuade people. All I'm doing is presenting the facts as they are and allowing people to make up their minds for themselves. So that's what that show's about. My other one is usually every Friday night, Get Bit, which is my video game, anime, comic book, and sports podcast, because I do talk about wrestling. I'm actually a big ass wrestling fan. So I do talk about WWE. I knew he was gonna find that. I knew he was gonna find that. But and also I talk about and also there's my other show that's actually going to be a little bit later tonight, called Off Limits, where we basically talk about anything and everything. And I do mean anything and everything. Vaughn himself has been a part of many a podcast I've done with other people, where we went after we done various subjects. I remember there was one we did where we sat there and said, I think it was where OnlyFans girls will always be single and they know why. And we actually had a discussion about that. And that actually got me in trouble with some OnlyFans people, because they got mad because I called them out on the shit. But all of my shows can be found on their Facebook page or YouTube page. Just look them up by their names. How the Frack We Got Here, Get Bit, that is GITBIT, and of course the Off Limits podcast. Definitely like, share, and subscribe, guys. And like I said, if you guys are free on any of those days that I have open, I would love to extend that invitation to both of y'all. And if y'all will be on Get Bit or Off Limits podcast, you are more than welcome.
What's up, man? I'm down.
Hey, Will, what's the oh, wait a minute. What was that? Vaughn, you gotta go, bro.
I think I do. Like,
you're a duty worker, bro. You gotta handle your duties.
She came in here with the dress on. I'm like, hold on, where the hell you about to go? Hold on, yeah, we about to have a conversation. Like, where you going looking like that?
Okay.
Really,
don't you leave in here, woman.
Really, Bob? Every time we dress like that, I think we need to talk less. We need to fight less, talk more.
Bars.
But sometimes you gotta start. Get the grease, get the wheel pumping just a little bit. I kind of, anyway. I'm talking too much. Shut up, Vaughn.
Hey, Will. What's your IG, man? I'm about to follow you right now.
My IG is actually oh God, how long has it been? Will be 504. Let me make sure of that, because it's been a while. Because I've never been asked mine. The funny part is, I'm sorry, I changed it. That is completely and utterly wrong. It is Black Fox 447.
Black Fox 447.
I forgot I changed it. It used to be William
Black
B.
Fox
So yeah, Black Fox
447.
447 is my IG handle.
William Buchanan.
Yep.
It's a powerful last name. Buchanan. You got Cannon in your name. That's dope. All right.
Cannons to the left of me. Cannons to the right of me.
Destroy them. Yo, that was the nerdiest thing we've done. Look, we've been talking about comic book stuff this whole time, and that 4 seconds was the nerdiest thing that we did. Cannon. All right, bet.
Oh man.
No, but look, we want to thank y'all for coming on, man. We definitely want to have y'all back on the show.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you can follow us at Geek Salad now on Instagram, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel at REA&G Presents Geek Salad. Until next time, people.
Peace. That was up.